Okay, my people, welcome. There's been so much agitation to who is going to succeed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Yes, there's so much agitation happening, everywhere. There's so much is really happening in the political space right now. But one of the most interesting part of all of this is the fact that one of the highest contenders for the race is none other but His Excellency, um, former Governor Peter Obi of Anambra State. Now, Obi was the closest to becoming the president of Nigeria last year, but somehow, due to some political miscalculations from the ruling party PDP, which is actually right now an opposition party, though the opposition is really weak, but last they are still an opposition party. So Obi actually got close, but when he left PDP and now decided to join Labour Party, he made so much giant strides in trying to see that he topples the government. But it didn't really happen, as when you see the votes APC had and the votes PDP had and Labour Party had, there was so much division that happened in that race that actually made APC to have the day. But now, with the way things are turning out now, the race has begun again, and there's this bloc that has left APC, and there's this bloc that has left PDP, and there's another bloc that has left other political parties, who are actually aggrieved. They are now wanting to form a coalition. It was actually a coalition that the APC now used in ousting President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, from the seat. He had a clear-cut plan for the country, but at times it could always be different because people have different ways of seeing things. So that is how President Jonathan was removed, through a coalition of different political parties. CPC came together, I think ACN came together, and a few other political parties. They all came together, and that was how they removed President Goodluck Jonathan. So right now, there's this adage that says the same cane where they use flog the former wife, now they go down take flog the wife where they enter. That same plan is what is being orchestrated to see that they remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, I do not know if it's going to be possible, but this is politics, so anything could be possible, anything could work. So right now, Ribadu, Saraki, Peter Obi, Atiku, they've all decided to come and form another coalition. We are not sure yet what they are going to call the coalition, but they are actually trying to pitch a coalition that will definitely remove the government in power. Now, the only thing that can make the coalition work, there are two things that can make the coalition work. First, when the coalition decides to bring a presidential candidate, that candidate must come from the southeast. If that coalition must work, see, listen attentively. Anything short of what I'm going to say now, they should just forget it. It's not going to work. When that coalition happens, they should zone the presidency to the south. And if it's coming to the south, it's going to come to the southeast. That is the only way this thing can fly. The political system in Nigeria, forget about the geopolitical zones that the country is divided into. The country is divided into about 6 geopolitical zones. Forget those geopolitical zones. They don't really count when it comes to who becomes the president. What counts in being president is that the country is divided into 2 equal parts, the north and the south. The north, as far as we are concerned, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan were from the south. Yar'Adua, who handed over to Goodluck Jonathan, were from the north. Goodluck Jonathan was from the south. Then he now went back to the north, where Buhari took over. Buhari now finished and brought it back to the south, where he now handed over to Tinubu. So it is not compulsory that you must do 2 terms. No, it's not constitutional that you must complete 2 terms. You can as well still do 1 term and decide to go home. So right now, it is now the turn of the south, which they've actually shifted it to southwest. That is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If PDP now decides, or the coalition party now decides, to give the ticket to a southerner, whether southeast or whether south or whether southwest, it does not matter. What is important is that the coalition should give the ticket to a southerner. And when they now give it to the southerner, they should just forget the issue of allowing people to go and waste money to do primaries. They should just carry this ticket without primaries and give to Peter Obi. That is the only way whatever they are discussing is going to make sense. Anything short of that, mark my words, just forget it. It's not going to work. And what can also make it to be a little bit fair is that Peter Obi is going to promise us that he's not going to do 2 terms. He's going to do 1 single term. Meaning, we have been able to divide it. We've given southwest did 1 term, southeast did 1 term. Now it can now go back to the north. So if they want to do their 8 terms, fine. If they want to do a single term, fine. But that is the only fair play that we can have in this thing. Any other thing short of this, if they decide to do the coalition now, and PDP now wants to stay, they want to give power to the north, and they take the power to the north, there's going to be an issue. There's going to be a problem. It's not going to sink. So it is now means that the circle is actually still not complete. So to make this circle complete and fair enough is take the power, give it to the south. Whatever south decides, whatever region south decides to give it to, that's their own. Then south will now also make sure they give it to Peter Obi, because in fact, I actually do not see anybody who has the capacity to unify Nigeria the way Peter Obi has done it. That's the simple truth. Nobody has that capacity right now. So the only person that can somehow unify Nigeria in a way to give some form of visibility is none other than Peter Obi. And when this happens, then we should know that of a truth, we are actually heading somewhere for a better Nigeria of our dreams. All right, people, thank you so much for being part of this. If you enjoyed or liked this video, I want to give you the thumbs up, comment, like, and share this video. And if there is something you want us to take a look at on this video, what I want you to do is go to the comment section, drop it, and guess what? We will make sure that we bring this information for you. Thank you for watching, and see you some other time. Bye-bye.